welcome to another episode of today's important questions, season 4. And the theme has been how to live vibrantly. If you've been with us, today is day 3. Day 1 we talked about, we answered the question, my craving for my life, where we talked about diet and nutrition. Day 2 we talked about exercise, which was why check a distance when I can take a rest. And today, day 3, we're going to be talking about water or juice, what choice I am, and then also about skin cancer, sunburn. With all this, should I still be in the sun? And we have 2 people here with us that will help us answer these questions. We have Dr. Joseph Nicely.
Good evening.
And we have Ms. Ngozi Nwachukwu.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, they will be here with us to answer this question. But before we start, let's say a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for another opportunity to talk about our health and to spread your word. We pray, dear Lord, that you please speak through us and help us to learn from today, that by the end we'll have every cause to glorify your name in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us today. Yes, today we are going to be answering questions, water or juice, and we have 2 cups in front of us to demonstrate, a cup of water and a cup of juice. So we're going to learn today what the right choice should be. And we're also going to talk about skin cancer, sunburn. Should we still be in this one? But let's start with water or juice. We hear that a lot of times you go into a restaurant, or even when you're at home and you're eating and you're taking juice, you don't want to drink water. What exactly is benefit, or why is water so important to us? Why exactly do we need to drink water? Yeah.
To start with, 70% of our body is made up of water. It shows that water is very important. Water has many benefits. From the skin, it helps to hydrate the skin. The kidneys, it helps to flush out toxins and waste products from the kidneys. It helps with the cardiovascular system, that's the heart and blood vessels, to help blood run effectively through all the organs, the heart, the eyes. It helps with the immunity. It's all around there. Research has shown that 54% of people who drink water regularly have better health.
So you're basically saying that water is important to all parts of the body, all systems in the body. Oh, and she said that 70% of our body is made up of water. So that means we definitely need to keep this up. But does that mean that if we don't drink water, our body will disintegrate? Or what part of our body exactly is this? Because I'm looking at my body now, I'm not really seeing water. So
okay, I think the cells, the tissues, the organs, they actually need water to regulate the body's temperature as well as other body functions. So it's actually very necessary. And then when you don't take water, you get dehydrated, you feel fatigued, and then you see a lot of people complaining of headaches and all of that, and then they rush to go and take paracetamol or Panadol, which for me, you're not supposed to do so all the time. It means that it could be that you're lacking water in your system. So
dehydration can actually lead to headaches and all things. So sometimes if you don't drink water, the headaches go.
Exactly.
And I saw somewhere that sometimes by the time you're getting dehydrated, that means your body is already lacking so much water.
Yeah, that's what it means. Dehydration means lack of water in your system.
So you should not even wait till you're dehydrated before you drink water. Wow. Okay. So we talked about nutrition on Monday, and we talked about how you need to be moderate in everything. But what about water? Like, do I need to take a lot of water? Is there anything like too much water or too little water, or what exactly is the right amount of water that we should take?
Okay, so it's research has been done that we should take 6 to 8 cups of water a day. That equals 2 liters, I guess. 2 liters or 3 liters. So if possible, you can carry 3 liters of water about, so that it can help you measure the amount of water you take.
So what a liter? A liter is like that big bottle of water.
Yes.
Okay.
That what we call rapid. That ever water. Yes.
Okay.
So you can actually take that about and then
like measure 3. Once you have 3 of that,
exactly.
You got in the okay. So that's a good point. But then drinking water, does it cause weight gain or weight loss? What exactly?
Taking adequate water has been shown to help to lose weight.
Oh wow.
people have research has shown that people who drink water before they eat tend to eat less. So it's a good strategy. People try to lose weight because you're already filled up, so you eat less of
less calories.
Yes, less calories.
Reduces your cravings.
Oh, that's so. Like, how many minutes before we eat should we now take this water? Is it immediately before we eat, or how? So?
It's according to what I saw in the Ministry of Healing. It's also shown that when you take water shortly before, 20 minutes before meals or 20 minutes after meals, it doesn't affect digestion. Research has also backed it up that it's important to drink. If you drink water 20 minutes before your meals or 20 minutes after, absorption is good and it's also very good. It's much better to take it then than to take it with meals.
Okay, so you better take water about 20 minutes before our meals and take it with the meals. And then it also helps with those that are trying to, moderate their diet and not eat so much and lose weight. What about coffee, soda, these drinks, juice? I mean, why can't we just? I mean, these are also liquid. Why can't we drink these instead of drinking water? Why must it be water?
Okay, I actually think you cannot replace water with any other drink. Water is water. We already talked about the importance of water. We already talked about the benefits of water. Water helps in a lot of regulation, body regulation and all of that. So when you talk about coffee, when you talk about soda, when you talk about alcohol, most of those drinks contain caffeine. And when you take caffeine, it actually dehydrates you.
So while you're taking a liquid and you think it's dehydrating, but it's actually dehydrating.
You. And then it raises your blood pressure, it raises your blood sugar, it raises your blood fat. So it's actually very, 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 very necessary, very important to always take water. It cannot be replaced.
What about, I even heard, sometimes you take caffeine, I mean this caffeinated drink, to get that when you're trying to read and you can't, you are feeling sleepy, you take caffeinated drinks to now stay awake. What about that?
The truth is, take water. Water is just best for you. If you think you want to stay awake because you want to read, or because it's better you sleep before that time. That's what advice. Rest before that time so that you're fully awake to do whatever thing you want to do. And then additionally, you can also take, there are some fruits that contain high amount of water.
Oh, so instead of taking all those drinks,
yes, you can actually take fruits like cucumber. Yes, you can take oranges. I think oranges contain like 88%. You have watermelon, you have strawberries and all of that. Yes.
So if you don't feel like drinking actual water, instead of taking a soda that may contain caffeine, which will now further dehydrate us, we should actually take these fruits that are also high in water.
I also want to add something. If we look at the book of Daniel, when he was supposed to be served the part of the meal for the king, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they actually requested for vegetables and water because they had it in mind that it's actually very, very important for healthy living. So that was what they requested. For that, yes. And after 10 days, the Bible said that they were looking better, healthier, and more nourished.
That's a very good lesson. So from Daniel he had the meat. I mean, you can imagine the king's food. He had that bounty in front of him, but he chose to take vegetables and water, and he ended up being healthier. He and his peers ended up being healthier than these other people that are eating just anything. Well, that's actually a very good lesson. But what now happens to my body if I don't take enough water? I don't take adequate water. What will I notice, or what are the changes that I see? What exactly is wrong?
Okay. As we've already established that 60% of our body is made up of water. This water is in the cells, around the cells, and also in the blood. When you are dehydrated or when you don't have enough water, first the kidneys and first major organs that are usually affected by this decrease in water system. So you are prone to forming more stones, kidney stones. Research has even shown that drinking less water predisposes to bladder cancer. Blood flow is also impeded. People, when you're dehydrated, you have headaches, you feel cranky, you feel fatigued. These are signs that your body is trying to let you know that you need water. And we always hear of kidney issues, kidney failure. Not saying that that's the only primary cause, but taking a lot of water will help to keep the kidneys working well. So those are some of the symptoms you feel when you're dehydrated. Even the skin becomes less fresh, it becomes dry, the eyes, the mouth. It affects all organs of the system.
I'm sure a lot of us have noticed when we are thirsty, we start having this dry feeling in the mouth, and it's very irritating. That can even be part of what adds to the cranky feeling that you are having. So yeah.
I would also like to add, sometimes we go to urinate, and then we notice that urine is yellow or dark yellow in color.
Yeah.
So what that actually means is you're lacking water in your system. So it means you need to take water, and then when you notice that it's light or transparent in color, it means that you're living healthier. Yes.
So an easy way of checking as well is just look at your urine.
And then it can also lack of water can also lead to or can cause constipation. Yeah. So that's how you take water.
So sometimes when you're feeling constipated, just drink a lot of water and you might. And you know these fruits that you mentioned that actually contain high quantity, they also have fiber in them, so they will go both ways in actually reducing the constipation. Okay, so that's if you're feeling constipated, just take watermelon, cucumbers, lettuce,
strawberry.
Okay. Now what about, is it just, does water just benefit us physically? How else, how else is water a benefit to us?
Okay, even in the Bible, according to John 3 verse 5, it says that truly, truly, except man is born of water and of the spirit, we cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. So yes, we're talking about the physical water, but we also know that Jesus is also water. The Holy Spirit is our living, Jesus is our living water, and the Holy Spirit also. He also says in Hebrew, there are many Bible verses that tell us about the importance of water. Christ is the living water, and when we drop from him, our souls are nourished. We can never be dry, and we become a fountain of living water, and we can give out to others.
Yeah, just like when Jesus was talking to the Samaritan woman, yes, he was telling her that he was actually thirsty at that time.
True. So he also needed physical water at that point.
And then he later told her that but whoever would drink of the water I would give would never go thirsty, and then the water I would give would become a fountain of water that would spring up to eternal life. So he wasn't actually talking about physical water, he was talking about the spiritual, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit. But then he actually pointed out that water is very important. Yes. So
we're talking about how if we have this spirit, this water that Christ gives, the living water, we can also share it out to other people. So apart from being physically refreshed, we also need to be spiritually refreshed, so that we can also impact other people's lives. That's a very, very good lesson. And I think from this brief talk about water or juice, we can make the right choice. That we should pick the glass of water and not the glass of the transparent cup that will refresh us. And then we should also turn to Jesus, the spiritual source of water, to refresh us spiritually as well. And something we can practice is drink at least 6 to 8 cups of water, or 6 to 8 sachets of water to get the adequate 3 liters as they told us. Or we can carry the big bottle of water, 1 liter bottle of water, and make sure we drink at least 3 of that every day. Every day. And now let's quickly go to the next topic of the day. We hear about skin cancer, sunburns. With all these, should we still be in the sun? I mean, does that not mean we should coop ourselves indoors all day, from our homes to our places of work, back to church or to school or wherever, and we should not play outside, we should not take strolls? What exactly does this mean?
Talking about sunlight, I think we should know that we actually get vitamin D from sunlight, and it's actually very important. Once we expose our body to the sun, our body produces vitamin D, which is actually called sunshine vitamin, and so that helps to absorb calcium into our system, and then it helps with bone formation, healthy bones, and all of that.
So we get less fractures. That means our bones not get broken easily, basically. So working in the sun is definitely important. But does this now mean that we should be in the sun all day, or what exactly does this mean?
Okay, It's been shown, research has shown that spending 10 to 15 minutes in the sun between 9 and 11, most especially when the sun in the morning, 9 to 11 a.m. in the morning, the sunlight, the rays of light gotten there are very important in the formation of vitamin D. Not only does the sunlight help with vitamin D, it helps to boost the immunity, it helps to elevate the mood. When you see the sun, when you go out in the sun, you're happier. It helps with secretion of some hormones that even reduce appetite, make you feel active, make you happy. So it has many other uses.
That's true, because sometimes when you're sitting down at home watching TV, that's when you feel like eating something. But sometimes when you're walking on the road, you feel less hungry, and so part of our weight loss mechanism, so to speak, is being in the sun and walking. Okay, so you said 10 to 15 minutes at about 9 to 11 a.m. But so what about skin cancer? We've heard that being in the sun also causes skin cancer. So how is that a myth, or is that is that real?
It's actually
it's a myth. It's a big myth, as it's been shown that people who even spend time in the sun, those people who sun are 5 times less likely to form a skin cancer called melanoma than people who don't even stay in the sun. Doesn't mean you should go fry yourself. However, if you're going to be in the sun for long, like it's part of your job, or
for example, the bricklayers now that
you can wear protective coverings.
Or the engineers.
Yes, but it's been shown that sun prevents some form of cancer.
Yeah.
Except your skin is sensitive,
Like everything else.
yes, if you don't have enough melanocytes, that's another reason of them. We can say protect from the sun, because the skin can absorb as much of the sun rays, but generally it prevents skin cancer.
Okay, so stay in the sun for a short time each day and get the adequate amount of vitamin D that you need. Okay, so we talked about how being in the sun strengthens our bones, strengthens our, makes you feel refreshed. It's not just physically, but how else, is it just physically that being in the sun helps, or how else does being in the sun help? What else is the benefits, of sunshine?
Okay, so if we look at Genesis 1 verse 16, it says that God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and that's we're talking about the sun. So that means God has actually placed that importance there for the sun to guide us during the day. And then if we look at Testimonies, it's a book by Ellen G. White. She quoted that pure air, water, sunshine, and then the beautiful surroundings of nature, these are God's means of restoring the sick ones to health. So in other words, we're trying to say that even sunshine can help to restore.
So if you're feeling ill, sometimes sometimes when we watch some things and we see that these people that are ill and they put them in their wheelchair and they take them out for some time in the sun, so that's actually a means of restoring their health.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of times too, you want a window bed if one is in the hospital, so that at least you get some rays of sun. So does that mean part of the punishment that they give prisoners when they put them in is while everywhere is all covered up? But even prisoners always have at least an hour, an hour in the sun every day. So that really shows how important the sun is to us all. That's very. So we've learned a lot today. We've learned about water. We've learned about being in the sun. Too much of everything is not good. We've learned about moderation. We want to have a moderate water intake and also be in the sun for a moderate quantity of time. You don't want to be in the sun when the sun is too hot. Start about in the afternoon when you're going to burn oil. By yourself. But early in the morning, just get some time in the sun and have some vitamins.
During an exercise as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could be exercising. Okay, so we've learned today about water and sunlight, and I hope we've picked a few points. I hope we already have our glasses of water beside us, and I hope tomorrow morning we're planning on how we're going to take. Yesterday we talked about exercise and walking, and not just hopping into our cars and our vehicles, but actually taking a stroll. So we could take that stroll under the early morning sun, and I pray that God keeps us all in good health as we live this daily life in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about how do I strike that balance in life, not having too much or too little of anything. And then, as we've learned today, being in the sun is good, but we're also going to talk a bit about being indoors or being outdoors. We're going to just dwell a little bit on that. And I look forward to having us all here with us. If we have any questions, we can put them in the comment section, and let's be sure to follow us on Facebook, Today's Important Question, and on Twitter, AYS_Yaba, on Instagram, AYS_TIQ. And here, as we do this, God is with us, and we live healthier lives in Jesus' name. Let's say a quick word of prayer. Dear Lord, pray that you please help us to put into practice all the things that we have learned, and let us learn to not only be concerned about our physical but also our spiritual life, and to grow and improve in all these things. Thank you, Lord, for being our guide. In Jesus' name. Amen.